Hey, my name's Joel and welcome back to the Traveler Toolkit. Today I've got a treat for you. We're talking about how to elevate your camping experience through products that just bring some modern convenience into your life. I've got 4 products for you throughout this video that I think would elevate camping to what some people might call glamping, but what I would call just more comfortable camping. Not everybody wants to rough it, and these products will make it better for those people. Let's go ahead and kick it off by talking about one of my favorite things around the campsite, cooking food, and a product that makes that a lot easier. This is the Joulle electric kettle from Stoke Voltaics. I'm really excited about this because it takes something that typically requires propane and turns it into an electric operation. It's got a super nice insulated top here with all these graphics on it, a flexible handle that you can either hold like this or probably more preferred wrap your hand inside like this, a little hook and a lid that has several different options. You've got a drink or pour lid, a strainer side, and this is actually a French press. If you're a coffee drinker, you can make your own coffee in here and do a French press for your brew. Down below, we have all the operations. This is your power button. We'll go over that in just a minute. And 3 different modes: drink, eat, and pop. So if you're in pop, you can actually pop popcorn on here. This is a really nice campsite snack. If you're in eat, it will boil water and then continuously boil, so you can make things like soups inside here. And if you're on drink, it'll boil water and shut off after it reaches the boiling point, so then you can drink or pour out of this. So we're gonna go through all the pieces and parts contained in the Joulle because I think this is a great way to make camping more fun and a great way to make hot meals and hot drinks more accessible because you don't have to bring propane along. So let's check it out together. All right, so for demo purposes, I've got everything set up here on this table. We are connected to a power outlet, but in a camping scenario, I would be plugged into my little portable power station, same exact thing. I've taken the French press out and they gave us this little stainless steel stir stick that happens to fit right in up top. If you're making soup or something and you want to stir while keeping the lid on, that would be really handy. So I'll set this aside as well. And inside we have nothing but our stainless steel kettle. We do have a line right here. It's hard to see. This says 16 ounces is our maximum. So I have a 16-ounce bottle of water that we're going to use to boil. But I thought first thing we would do is test out the pop feature. So we've got drink, eat, and pop. I'm going to test out the pop feature with some popcorn and see how well it does. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is connect the power. Just plug in here. We have our setting to pop. We're going to press it, make sure it's on here, and this will begin to heat up. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this bag of popcorn so we can get it inside the Joulle. All right, already got our butter and everything mixed in. So we've got our popcorn in there. I can already see it starting to warm up, and we're just gonna hit start on our timer here and see how long it takes for this to generate enough heat to pop this popcorn. It feels like we should also cover this a little bit. I'm not gonna seal this, but I am gonna cover it so that nothing pops out. Almost 3.5 minutes in, and I hear popping inside. Oh yeah, we've got popcorn. Wow! You want to keep that covered up, but it's popping for sure. Whoa! Looks pretty good. Over 4 minutes in, and we're getting some really good popping in here. Oh boy, look at all that popcorn fogging up the lens here. Yeah. It's everywhere. Ah! And so we stopped our watch at 5:07 here, and we've got this beautiful tin of popcorn in just about 5 minutes. Nice, light, and fluffy. We took a microwave pack, just cut it open, threw it in there. Already had butter and salt and everything in it, and it did a really good job very quickly. This thing does heat up. This protects your hands while it's hot, so it's not too hot to hold, but you do want to watch it around here in the bottom where it's not covered. It does get hot. Now seems like a great time to tell you about this video's sponsor, Hover Air, and their new foldable Pro Max drone. This is less a drone and more like an 8K AI-enabled action cam that follows you. You don't really need a remote. There's an app on your phone that you can control it all with, all these different shooting modes that you can choose from, and it deploys and starts up in just a few seconds. Let me show you some of my favorite modes. So you can do a dolly zoom, which is kind of a mind-bending zoom out while the camera's going back feature. You can send it out and just take a snapshot of yourself or your friends. It can circle around you. You can use dolly track to be in front of you while you're moving, or follow behind you, or orbit around you, or from the side. There are so many applications in the action and travel world that you absolutely should check this thing out. So I'm gonna leave a link in the description below to the new Pro Max version of the Hover Air 8K flying action camera. And again, a big thanks to Hover Air for sponsoring this video. All right, now we're all cleaned out with just a little bit of soap and water, and we're gonna test out the eat function. So we're gonna try to boil some water and see how long that takes. I've got 16 ounces right here, but I also have a line inside to guide me. So I'm gonna pour this in just up to the full line. There we go, 16 ounces exactly. And now we are just going to plug in. All right, so I have my timer set to 0. I'm gonna hit start here, and we're gonna see how long it takes this water to boil. And looky here, at 3 minutes time, we have got some water starting to boil. I wouldn't call that a full boil yet, but I would definitely say that this water is boiling within 3 minutes. You can see the bottom here just starting to let loose and boil up. All right, checking here just over 5 minutes, and I still wouldn't say that we're at a full boil. I mean, it is boiling, but only part of it, and it's not boiling the way that I would, expected it to be if it were a full boil. So we're getting quite a good bit of bubbles, but still at 5.5 minutes, still not a full boil yet. At 7.5 minutes, we're looking more like a full boil now. This is what I would have expected to see. And, we got to 3 minutes. We did have some boiling, but it just took a little while for it to get to here. And, almost 8 minutes. That's not really bad when all things are considered. This is a small little electric unit, and it does boil pretty fast. But, yeah, took almost 8 minutes to get all the way up to what I would consider a full boil. Now, let's turn this into some delicious food. I'm gonna turn this off here, kind of set it over to the side and unplug. And I've got a mountain meal from Mountain House here. This is chicken fried rice. All you do with these, if you've never had one before, is you open it up and then you simply put your hot water in there. So I'm gonna put the lid back on so I can safely pour this into my bag. Here we go. Yeah, and it only requires 12 ounces in the bag, so I'm not gonna pour everything in. Yeah, just go almost there, and then I'm gonna stir. All right, there we are. We've got a beautiful dinner here, freeze-dried to activated thanks to the Joulle. And honestly, I think that this little guy has lived up to its name. It is a Joulle for the campsite. It's a real pleasure to use. Super easy for a guy like me that doesn't do this all the time. I love the fact that I don't need any propane. All I need is a little bit of electric power. And inside 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, I can boil water, make popcorn, and even make myself a hot drink. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I didn't go through that French press process, but I can tell you this is a real joy to have around. It's solidly built. And if you're looking for something that does this sort of thing, then give the Joulle a try. I think it'd be worth your while. Pretty awesome, right? But once the food is cooked, you need something to eat it on, and paper plates and plastic silverware just won't cut it. So here's a product that I think you'll really like and will make eating around the campsite much more fun. So for me, one of the toughest problems to solve when you're camping is waste. What do you do with the waste you create? How do you pack it out, take it with you? Does it become a problem? And especially when it comes time to eat, you definitely need to take things out of packages, have something to put your food on. And it's a real pain in the butt to use paper and plastic when it comes to silverware, forks, knives, plates, and bowls. So I was really excited when I found this set of camp plate and cutlery ware from Full Windsor. It's called their Magware set. Now this comes either loose like this, you can buy it individually, or it comes in a pack with a little pouch and everything to kind of put it all together. But I've been really impressed with how much this elevated my camping experience just by having it with me. It's high-grade stainless steel. There's magnets on the side, but I want to give you a closer look. So let me get behind the camera and kind of go over all the features of these for you. All right, let's take a closer look at the Full Windsor Magware magnetic flatware. It comes in this really nice travel case here. It's Velcro right here on top. So you can see a Velcro section there, hook and loop. And it's all like a corded, I don't know what you would call that, a corded canvas almost. Got the Magware logo up front and your fork, spoon, knife combo set in there nicely. I like how flat everything is. Look how flat it all is, even in the case. But this will protect it in a backpack, in a drawer, wherever it is. So when you pull this out, you'll notice that they stay together. This is the genius behind the Full Windsor Magware set of plates, cups, and silverware here. All three pieces together in one, magnets holding them together. You can see they easily come apart. This is your fork, but it goes back just the way it came out. So you got fork, you got knife. Check out the serrated edge on that knife. I've tried it. You can cook a steak and cut it with this knife. There's your magnets there. And then you've got a spoon. This spoon is also pretty flat. There's not a huge area in here, but it works well for cereal. We've tested it out for cereal, for soup, works really nicely. All of them have Full Windsor embossed in there. And like I said, they're magnetic. So all you do is keep the knife in the middle, put the spoon on one side, put the fork on the other, and there you go. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. And imagine rolling up to a campsite with this instead of plasticware or anything else. This just elevates the camping experience, makes eating out there fun, and just really gives you a nice place to put all of your silverware, especially if you have a pouch like this. Stick it back inside, Velcro, and you're done. And this is the larger plate slash bowl collection here. I would call this more of like a dish than a bowl, but you can see they're all held together here by the same magnets. We've got disconnection is really easy. And on the bottom, you have two of these, I would call them more, dishes. This is great for something that maybe is a little bit bigger. You don't want a deep bowl for it, but a plate might be too flat. And then you've got your regular plates, which of course are flat. I'll just separate one out so you can see it a little bit better. There's one. And they're high quality stainless steel. They look great, they clean up great, and they've got these magnets in the corner. That's the secret to how they all lock together. So we put them in here, and then, oh, there it was. Did you see it? They all lock together. They don't come apart. They stay together. And if you take your bowls, which are the same size on the base as the plates, put them together. Here we go. Put it all together. Voila. They all line up. And they all lick together just like that. And you can hold them upside down. They're not going anywhere. I really like this. It organizes well in an RV cabinet and in a backpack. And not only do you get these, but you also get a smaller set of plates and actual bowls. And here's the smaller set of plates with deeper bowls here. So you've got two of these deep bowls. These are more like for cereal, for soup, but they have the same magnets on the side. Same beautiful design. Check it out, the bottom. All these details in there. Love it. High quality stainless steel. Take this off the top. You've got your plate. These have been great out on the campsite, much better than paper plates. And the best part is they don't blow away. That's a huge deal. And watch what happens when you bring your silverware over here. Your silverware locks in just the same way that your plates do with these magnets, and you can hold it upside down, set it down on a table. The wind is not going to take this anywhere. Your knife and your fork are locked in there, so you can use it, and when you're not using it, set it down. Use your fork here. We're going to test this out, but you can lock it all down, and this is the beauty of the Magware set. Everything magnetizes together. They're not super strong magnets, but they do the job, and this just allows you to keep everything in one place. Sometimes you're eating off your lap. You're gonna do some funny things. This will prevent things from falling over, getting lost, whatever it is. And when you're done, they come back apart just as easily as they went together. And check this out, the chicken fried rice we made earlier in the Joulle, we now have right here in the full Windsor MagSafe bowl. This is kind of the deeper bowl here, almost spilled it, but we've got our fork tied on right here, nice and close magnetic. We can pick this up, even though it's still hot. This is more like a handle than I realized. You can pick this up for leverage and you don't burn your hand, because I'm gonna tell you, the bottom of this is super hot. So if we also needed a spoon, we could stick that over here, but this just makes trail eating so much easier. You've got all your utensils, and when you're done, you simply set them on the side here and you can pick it up and move it. The wind is not gonna blow this away. It's awesome. And again, I've been really impressed with these full Windsor Magware sets of plates, bowls, knives, forks, all these things. We have several of these in different colors. We have this orange one, we have a green one. They wash up really quickly and easily, and everybody just enjoys using them because it cleans up really nicely. It's easy to pack away, you know, just like this. That's how much room it takes up. It doesn't flop around, and that just makes a lot of sense when you're camping. So I've been really impressed. I'll leave links in the description below if you're interested. And once you got that hot food in your lap, you're gonna want a place to set. That's a real important component to camping, is making sure you have a place to rest your rump every single night. And I found what I believe to be one of the nicest camping chairs you can buy. So let's check that out next. All right, so in this bag, we have my pick for the most luxurious camping chair I've tested yet. It's the Vaquero chair from Chama. This is their slate color, comes in several different colors. And you'll see it's got a nice shoulder strap across the back, but it's a little bigger than most camping chairs because the point of this chair is not to be the smallest or the lightest. I think it weighs about 11 pounds. The point is to be a beautiful, high quality piece of camping equipment that you can be proud to not only take camping with you, but also put on your porch, display around your house, use as you wish, because the finishes are that nice. So we've got a high quality, heavy canvas bag, nice stitched logo on this pocket up front, leather on the handles here, brass hardware, things like that that just really set it apart. So let's open up this bag and take a look at the chair itself. We pull these two threads here that have this leather kind of tightener on them. And I love this high quality canvas. Gives it a real old school feel, kind of like an old tent. You can see it's nicely put together and folds up small enough to hold in your hand like this. And once you install the cover for it, which is pretty simple, all you do is take these loops right here, tie them around the edges of the chair, and then just set them in place. All you have to do when you're ready to go is just unfold it, and you're done. Pretty easy, very quick, sets down very nicely. It's comfortable. It's beautiful, and I gotta say, this has one of the nicest backs of any chairs I have tested this year. It sets really comfortable, and it kind of gives you a reclining feel. So let's take a closer look at the finer points of the chair's design so you can see just how beautiful it is. All right, so let's take a little test drive around this chair to see what I love so much about it. I'll start right here on the side with this hardware. On this particular color, it's more of like a finished chrome, brushed chrome. You can kind of see a mirror style finish on the bolts and on the hardware itself. You've got this hardware on all the joints. You'll see it down front there. You'll see it around back here. Really gives the chair kind of a touch of class, and up against this beautiful wood, kind of a walnut color wood. They've got the logo embossed in the wood there. It's a really nice look, and you'll see these X's. That's kind of the core of the design here, an X on the back, an X on the side. You can see X's from the front. It's a really well thought out chair. the way it's put together. And I like the fact that all of the logos are stitched in there, high quality stitching, heavy duty canvas. Look at these edges, just screams quality. And I'll point out how it's put together here. So I mentioned it up at the top of the video. When you first get your chair, you have to take these little loops here, put them over the corners like that, and you simply tie them in with these laces. Looks like a shoelace, but that's how it all holds together. Very simple. And you can see right up top, this is the way it's all put together. Look at that hinge, look at that wood. Seems like it's gonna last for years, and it's a comfortable set. I mean, look at the way it reclines. And something that often bothers me about camping chairs is how low the backs are, because when I lean back, I want to lean on something, and you can see these back posts are taller than my shoulders. I'm 6 foot tall, so normally when I sit in a chair, especially a camping chair that's portable, they're down below my shoulders. Here, it's up top. I can lean my head back. Oh, that's a new level right there. It's just really comfortable, and I like the way it sets. It kind of gives you a recline feel, so you're not leaning forward, you're not sitting on the side, and it's nice and generous, nice and wide enough for me to sit in it. I'm in between. You can see I'm in between the wood slats here. But yeah, overall, it's a good sitting experience. It looks beautiful, and it's just a step above all the other chairs that I've used or taken camping. And of course, putting it away is just as easy as getting it out. Grab opposite corners and pull up, and it literally folds up on itself. You can see how flat and how beautiful this design is when it's together, as nice as it is when it's apart. Then all you do is take your bag and stick it in the top. There's no forcing this thing in. It's plenty big. The mouth of the bag is big enough. And there you go. Pull your strap tight on the side, and your chair is done and ready for the next trip. And the final product we're gonna look at today is something that will make the end of your camping day a lot better. After you've got a belly full of food, you've been sitting, relaxing all night, what do you wanna do? You wanna take a hot shower and cozy yourself into your sleeping bag. But where do you get hot water when you're camping? Well, this last product brings hot water to your fingertips, so let's check it out together. All right, and now let's test out the BougeRV hot water system. This is a portable hot water heater. It's powered by propane, hooks up right back here, those disposable green tanks. And up front, you have inlets. It will spray out on this side, the red, and then the blue hooks into a jerry can or a bucket. It siphons water out of whatever you have. There's a little water pump inside here. So let's go ahead and hook it up, see how it works, and see how quickly it heats up the water. So there are several different ways to power the device. We have an AC power cord right now plugged into the wall, and that can either be used to power the unit or charge the internal battery, which you can see we're currently charging the internal battery. They say it will give you 60 minutes of runtime. We also have a 12-volt cable here. The same input plugs in right here where the AC outlet is plugged in, and this can go into your car or any other kind of camp power device you might have, battery cell. So there's several different ways to get power to this unit. All right, so we've got all our supplies here. We've got our water heater, we've got our propane tank, and we have our jerry can of water that we're gonna take from cold to hot. We also have our sprayer here, which will hook over in this little sprayer unit here. This is just to hold it up off the ground. You're not actually gonna shower from this, but it is adjustable, and we'll talk about that in a minute. They have conveniently color-coded these. So the sprayer has a red inlet on it, which coordinates with the red cap on here. It's just a quick release. We're gonna press in, it clips. Then on the other side, we have our siphon. And you wanna make sure to keep this clean. This is gonna go into your water can, and they have a blue end on this one that coordinates to the blue cap on here. Just a quick connect, press it in, and you wanna make sure those lock. Then you have an additional step on the siphon side. You need to plug in the power for your pump so it can suck the water out of your can. It's going to draw its power from the internal battery on the unit, which we charged up earlier. So now let's go ahead and take our siphon and put it inside our can here. Take our top off, and submerge it completely. This can is pretty much full. Next, we are going to connect our propane tank, and this connection here has already been screwed into the back of the unit. I'll unscrew it so you can see what it looks like. It's really pretty simple. This piece right here, and it's got this turning piece. This just plugs right into the back of the unit and then tightens down. You want to go as tight as you can. Don't go crazy. Over tightening can break things like this, but not too bad. There we go. Now we're tight, and we want to orient it so that the propane nozzle is down. Then we're just simply going to place our little green tank on there, and you'll hear a little hiss as you go in to tell you you're connected. So when you're tight there and tight there, we can turn this back around, and now there's a master power button on the back behind the propane. Make sure that's on, or the unit won't power on. So if we go to the front now, we've got our power button here, and we simply turn it on, and we see that we have two different readouts for temperature. We can adjust the minimum and maximum, and let's go ahead and turn our pump on, and you can hear the pump going inside here, and we've got our hand sprayer right here. So let's go ahead and take our hand sprayer and test this out, see what happens. We press this button. Aha. Aha. There we go. And now when I press this button, I heard the hot water heater kick in. There, I heard the propane kick on. And now let's feel this water and see if it's hot. Holy cow, this has been running for all of 10 seconds, and that is super warm already. I could hear this fire on as soon as I pulled back this trigger, because it only kicks on when the water is running. So that's really cool. And this water, I mean, that's warm. That's as warm as I would want it in a shower. Now we've got a couple different settings here. This setting here, and then this setting here that's more direct. So yeah, two settings. The pressure's not ridiculous. I mean, it is enough. If you had this high and coming down on you like this is the way you would use it when you're camping. That's more than enough. You're gonna need to tie this up somewhere, but yeah, I mean, that is consistently warm within 5 seconds of starting. It is uber quiet. There is no noise here. All I can hear is just the little flame inside, and I am getting warmth along the side here, so you want to watch it on the vents to make sure that it's not, burning anything, but has plenty of room. But I would say this setup it works extremely well, and it's beautiful warm water. Who wouldn't love to end their day at the campsite with a nice hot shower? There's the actual temperature of the water coming out, 115. I don't know if it's quite 115, maybe that's just the setting. We've got the battery setting there too, and I just think this is really great. Super simple to set up. We've been running it here for about 5 minutes, and the water was hot instantaneously. It's maintained its temperature, stayed very hot throughout, and this is such a simple setup, just a regular water can. The water pump is super quiet. It's drawing its water from inside, and it's doing its work back here. I mean, to me, this is a no-brainer. It's an easy way to make camping more comfortable and more fun for everybody. I would say if you like to go out for 2 or 3 days at a time and you want to stay more comfortable, get yourself one of these instant hot water heaters, a little propane tank, a jerry can for your water, and you are going to be good to go. Look at the steam coming off that water. How warm do you think that is? It says it's 117 degrees right there. That is crazy. I'd jump under that for a shower. I'm really tempted to get under this water right here. I mean, this would not only be great for taking a shower at the end of the day, but you could wash off dishes in some hot water. You could just do a number of other things, and it seems like a really great product. Super quiet, super easy to operate. Anybody could set this up in about 5 minutes, and look how warm and hot the water is. You can see the steam coming off of it. I love that. So again, links in the description below if you want to check this out for yourself. It's the portable propane instant hot water heater from BougeRV. So there you have it, 4 products to make camping more luxurious and fun. What did you think? I want to know which product was your favorite. Leave me a comment down below because, hey, if you watched all the way to the end of the video, I think I deserve a comment and a thumbs up. Don't forget to do that. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. New videos every single week right here on the Traveler Toolkit about camping, RVing, and the outdoors. As always, my name is Joel. This is the Traveler Toolkit, and I'll see you in the next video.